All right, so I have a perfect video clip for you today to illustrate one of the biggest ruses that exists on Fox News. In the past, when Fox News has been criticized for their outrageous, cartoonish, right-wing political bias, they'll often say, listen, we have our opinion programming just like any other network. And sure, some of it is right wing, it's conservative, it's pro-Republican. But we are also a news station. And during news hours, we are right up there with the best of them in reporting just the facts, just the news. Now, without even looking at today's clip, which I'm going to get to in a moment, understand that Fox News deliberately has blurred the lines between news and opinion for a very long time, for as long as they've existed. And also, not that this is their fault, due to terrible media literacy in the United States, much of their audience doesn't realize what is news and what is opinion. Fox News also does something where they will report on what their opinion hosts say during the news hours as if it's news. So Tucker Carlson one night might say something insane on his 9 p.m. show. And then the next day, the news hours will have a news report about Tucker Carlson said this. Here's a panel to discuss it. So even they are able to take their own opinion programming and put it directly into the news segments. So this news versus opinion distinction has been nonsense from day one. But then we have this clip to play of news reporter Bill Hemmer from the news reporting side of Fox News during a news, not opinion show called America's Newsroom, saying, we've got to be careful with this cancel culture stuff because the next thing you know, they're going to cancel Bible characters. Take a look at the video clip.
I tell you, if they start canceling these American presidents, they're going to come after Bible characters next.
Yeah, you could.
Mark my words.
Yep, wow. Yep.
Right?
An ominous warning from Bill Hemmer that the cancel culture liberals are going to cancel Bible characters if we allow them to continue. For some reason, the inclusion of Mark my words at the end is particularly hysterical. I was sort of chuckling to myself because as ridiculous and silly as this is, at least Bill Hemmer is calling them Bible characters rather than historical figures. Now, I don't know if that's his intention. I don't know if we can read too much into his perspective from it, but it is funny. And this is lowest common denominator type stuff. This is what happens when you aren't a victim and your audience aren't victims, at least in the ways they claim to be. Much of the Fox News audience are victims of deficits to our educational system, victims of the power of elites and corporations. And so, okay, fine. But they're not victims in the ways they claim to be victims. And the political interests that they represent aren't victims either. They invent a new victimhood. The war on Christmas was the fabrication of victimhood. Donald Trump as the most unfairly treated person in the world, or whatever it was he claimed to be. That's fabricating victimhood. With Trump, it was almost like fabricating martyrdom even. And then the saddest, most horrifying part of it is that a significant portion of the country, I don't know the percentage, but it's a significant number, sees this and says, yep, that resonates with me. That's a concern of mine. That's the battle. That's my battle that Fox News is waging here. That feels like something really important. They might cancel Bible characters. And it ends up being the horrible situation that we have. Of course, the entire cancellation meme that they won't stop with is as pathetic as any specific example, but they've started to get attention with the cancel culture stuff. And so they're going to ride it for as long as they can. Let's do our best not to fall for it. There are some people on the left who fall for the cancel culture stuff. And of course, we can all find instances of wrongful termination or misapplication of terms of service on a platform. But let's not feed into this false notion that everything is just unfairly canceling conservatives who merely want to get their opinions out there. No, we've talked about it before. I'm glad to rehash it again if necessary. That is not what is going on here. We shouldn't allow ourselves to feed the notion because they will just take it and this is what you end up with. I'll tell you, they're going to cancel Bible characters if we let them keep doing it. No, It's not happening.